Okay.
Are we doing it?
Yes, we're doing it.
It's happening?
It's happening.
Live from Brooklyn. It's the Audiophiliac. You should see what it looks
And
like over
Mrs.
there. And Mrs. Audiophiliac.
It doesn't look like anything.
Well, over there, well, I told you where to look. So here we are. This is the 8th anniversary show. And I'm excited. I mean, first of all, I was losing track. Is this the 8th or is this the 9th? Anyway, I checked. It is the 8th anniversary show. And I got a lot of people to thank. First of all, I want to thank everyone that's watching now, but I want to thank everybody who watches the channel. It's been quite a ride doing this thing, you know? I mean, before I had this channel, I had an Audiophiliac blog on CNET, and that's what sort of led to this. But are you okay, Ron?
Yep.
Talk to me. Okay. So anyway, and then in 2017, I thought, hey, any dope can start a YouTube channel, so surely I'm fully qualified. And here we are. Robin has this funny look on her face.
Daniel Williams is saying congrats.
Oh, thank you, Daniel.
You know, Honda Rebel, thank you, Steve. KG Bunny Boiler.
Hey, Bunny Boiler, what's going on?
I don't know. Evening, Steve.
Okay.
Hello from Austria.
Austria.
Yes.
From Brooklyn to Austria. Hey,
Yes.
wow, that's cool. So speaking of Austria, I'm sorry, cancel that. So how did I was trying to figure out how to organize this thing. And that is just to say thank you to all to watch. Thank you for everybody that's watching. Thanks to my Patreon. I can't talk. Suddenly I have a camera fright. Thanks to all my patrons for supporting the channel. And I want to tell you, on Monday, this coming Monday, I have another 2-part episode. I'm not going to always do 2 parts. This happens to be the 3rd week of a 2-part show. But it's all about analog, because I am in this major analog obsession.
Hey, Andreas from Germany, Christian 29th from Sweden, Skulski is here.
Skulsi is here, okay.
Yeah,
Serbia.
Yes.
Brooklyn to Serbia.
Yeah.
Wow, this is so great. Anyway, so Monday, the all analog show. I'm going to review cartridges, a record cleaning machine, which is really weird for me because I don't like record cleaning machines, a step-up transformer, a DIY phono stage that's actually really, really good, a German phono stage by Octave. Boston's checking in.
Steve from Dallas. Plymouth, Mass.
And the hits, they just keep on coming.
Idaho.
Wow. So anyway, so Monday's the all analog show, and in other coming attractions, I haven't reviewed anything from PS Audio in ages, but I just started listening to the PS Audio. It's a preamp, it's a line stage preamp. It's called the Paul McGowan line stage. Houston. Boston.
Foster City. I don't know where Foster City is, but hi. Dorset, England.
England.
Yep.
You mean that jumps over the ocean? Wow. Anyway, so give me a break here. I need to.
San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Michigan. Tampa, Florida.
I hope you can hear Robin okay. Anyway, so this Paul McGowan preamp, it's solid state, obviously. It looks gorgeous, and that's going to be, I don't know, in a month or so. But it's really interesting because I haven't had a solid state preamp in the system in a while, and hearing the difference between what solid state is doing as a preamp versus the 2 preamp that I'm using, the LTA, is really, really interesting.
Portugal, South Africa, Foster Cities, California, in the Bay Area. New Jersey, Croatia.
Anybody from Lithuania watching? Someone once told me I was really big in Lithuania. So anyway.
Pennsylvania, Texas.
Wow.
Hello from a past viewer system of the day.
Wow. Well, so anyway, in other coming attractions, this is far into the future, well, a few months at best. I'm going to review an electrostatic speaker. And I have a weird relationship with electrostatic speakers, but this is, I think it's going to happen, but there's no guarantees until it's here. I'm going to be reviewing the new Quad Electrostatic. I live with a Quad 63 in this apartment for 8 years.
Belgium, North Carolina, Maine.
They're out there.
They're
really
out
out there. Anyway, so getting back in touch with electrostatic will be really, really interesting, because when I started this channel 8 years ago, I had this idea that I wanted to really go in deep with different kinds of speakers. I mean, the most common speaker type is a box speaker. But I wanted to live with the horn speaker, which I did, the Clips Cornwalls, omnidirectional speakers, open baffle speakers, all different types of speakers, because all these different types sound so different than a box. And the point is, wait 1 second, so if you've only lived with box speakers and you haven't had an electrostatic speaker or planar magnetic speaker or a horn speaker or an omnidirectional speaker, they sound really, really different. And I'd like you in your audio journey to live with that sort of sound, just if only as an experiment. You could buy a used one, keep it around for 6 months, sell it, hopefully get most of your money back, but you will have your mind expanded by living with a different kind of speaker. Robin's trying to get in a word edgewise.
I'm trying. Someone was asking, Dan Black. Hey Steve, are you still rocking your Pure Audio Project Duet 15?
Yes, the answer is yes. The Pure Audio Project Duet 15s are living here very, very well. Actually, I have them in the system right now because I haven't had them in for a while, and it's nice to get reacquainted with open baffle sound. And the other thing I got to say before I forget about the Pure Audio projects, I've had these speakers here for I think 2 years or so, and right now I have them further out into the room, another foot or so out. And I'm always encouraging you guys to experiment with speaker placement, and I did, and I was amazed how, well, it's different, I mean, and better in some ways, but different in a lot of ways, how much better, well, different they sound this further foot out in terms of really opening up and disappearing, more 3D soundstage depth and order. But anyway, if you haven't experimented with speaker placement in a while, you gotta do it, just for me. You just put a mark on the floor where they are right now and just move them around. Pull them out a foot or so from where they are. Make them wider. And actually, of course, they should be equidistant from you. So if you're 8 feet away from the speakers, have them 8 feet apart, center to center.
Okay. Brazil, Holland, San Jose, California.
Wow.
Marco is asking, which 2-ohm speakers have blown you away?
I thought you were going to say blowing up an amplifier. Wow. Well, you know, I don't remember, none come to mind, except I would say that Apogee speakers that I've never reviewed, Apogee full-range electrostatic speakers, full-range ribbon speakers, they definitely went down to 2 ohms, and they were known to have problems with certain amplifiers. But no, I don't recall being blown away or blowing up any amplifiers lately. Get back to me tomorrow, that could change. Anyway, let me look at my list here. So the quad, I told you about the quad, I told you about the PS audio. Oh, the next review is the Warfdale Evo 5.2 or 2.0. Anyway, it's a large stand mount speaker. It has a dome mid-range driver, folded ribbon tweeter, looks gorgeous. It's not crazy expensive, and it comes with really, really nice stands. So that'll be the following Monday. After this Monday, the Warfdale review is next.
All right. Someone is asking, what do you think of the Klipsch RP 500M2? You did a review of the 600M, but I have been hearing...
Yeah, the 500M, well, I've never reviewed it, but it's a lot like the 600M, smaller, meaning less bass. So I'm sure they're very, very similar. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. Wow.
Marvin says, thanks for hipping me to Dayton audio speakers. I love mine.
Oh, nice. Dayton Audio.
Yeah.
So I want to tell you something about being a reviewer. I know it looks glamorous. I mean, look at me. But the thing is, the hardest part about doing my job is chasing reviews, meaning getting product to review. And not everybody wants me to review their product at any given time. If it's been out for a while, they definitely are not interested. And sometimes people say they're going to get it to me. I mean, companies say they're shipping to me, but it doesn't come, and then they make excuses and stuff like that. It's so frustrating, and it fills up a lot of time in my schedule just confirming I'm getting certain products, and they say yes, but then they don't come. The other thing I want to say is I've been a reviewer for at least, I've lost count, 25 years. I reviewed probably thousands of speakers. But here's the catch. I can't remember them all. People ask me about, does this sound better than that? And a lot of times they're asking about stuff that I've never even reviewed, so I definitely can't say. But if I reviewed something a year ago, much less 5 years or 10 years ago, I can't do these mental comparisons. I know some people, some reviewers have this superpower that they can compare things over long stretches of time. I cannot, unless I've actually heard product A compared to product B, then I could say that's what it sounds like, and usually that would wind up in the review. So if you're on the verge of asking me that question, how does this compare to that, and I have reviewed it, please read the review, because the review has kind of everything I know about that product at the time that I reviewed it. Robin is bursting at the seams.
Well, someone asked, do you stand by your statement that gummies are the best way to improve your system?
Gummies for $1? Yes, it's
Yes.
the best dollar you could ever spend. Gummies are the best way to improve the sound of your system, as long as you're not, operating heavy machinery or
Right.
driving or something.
And if so, what would be the second most recommended
The
way
se-
to improve your system?
The second best way after
Yes.
the gummies, move your speakers. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it is the biggest change you can make, certainly for free. So there's no end to what you can learn by moving your speakers. So Robin, I just wanted you to come here for a second, because before we started this incredible stream, you said you wanted to talk to the people.
I don't really have anything to
Of course
say
you do.
besides.
Well, I can interview you.
Oh, all right.
I can say, you can move over.
Hi.
I could say, I know that so many women out there watching, there's so many women out there watching, so envious of you. Like, they wish they could be like Mrs. Audiophiliac, right?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, it's your normal, so you can't, imagine what it's not like to be married to the audiophiliac.
That's
and having
true.
all this continuous,
That's true. I can't forget.
This
I
parade,
can't forget.
this parade of incredible audio that's passed through this room, and rooms we lived in before we lived here.
Oh, by the way, someone just commented, I
Yes.
love the matching shirts.
Both,
Both, yes.
These are Mrs. Audiophiliac originals.
Originals.
Yes. What are we wearing? Mrs. Audiophiliac.
Yes, it's so true.
Yes, it's so true. And they have a theme. I don't know if you can pick up. This is broccoli and this is cucumbers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, this is asparagus.
Asparagus.
Ugh.
Same thing. Long, skinny vegetable. Anyway, I'm just delirious. I'm camera shy suddenly because I'm doing a live stream. That feels weird. That's very different than shooting a video. Because shooting a video, when I make mistakes, I can do it over again and fix them. Here, I'm making lots of mistakes. So, but really, okay. So, there 4 women out there that are watching right now, or will watch after this as a permanent thing? What do you have to say to female audiophiles? What are your words?
Courage. And
I've heard that women hear better than men.
I've heard that too. And I think the issue is
we're in the rare case where I hear better than you.
well, you've taken better care of your ears and your hearing than I have. We've demonstrated that I can hear well when I make the effort, but it's just not a priority. Okay.
Well, I accept that.
Yeah.
But in terms of, seriously, any advice to wives of audiophiles that are watching?
If you want a couch, stick to your guns.
It's an inside joke. I prefer listening from a chair than a couch. That's the point. But anyway, anything else?
No, not really.
Not really? Okay.
Okay.
Just want to make sure you got your screen time in.
Oh, all
'Cause,
right.
you know, we're in the union and stuff, so we don't wanna,
Well, I want to thank everyone who's watching this live stream and also who tunes into the Audiophiliac's YouTube channel. And thank all of you Patreon patrons. Thank you so much. And be well, live well, and prosper.
Can you do that thing?
Can I do that thing here?
No, but, oh, okay.
Right.
I can't do
Oops.
that.
That way. That way.
Multi-talented.
Multi-talented.
Speaking of multi-talented, so some of you have seen my video that I did with JJ French from Twisted Sister. He is truly, you know why it's called Twisted Sister when you hang out with this guy. He's pretty loony. But he was very happy with how it all went over. So he wants me to come back soon to do a tour of his record collection. So what does a rock star's record collection, I keep calling him, he really is a rock star. He sold millions of records. He has gold records, platinum records. He is the real deal. And I want to know, because I don't know, we didn't talk about that at all when I was there. So, and he has a lot of records. I'm really curious of what's, you know, because it's not just rock music. He's interested in all kinds of music. I already know that. But anyway, that'll be fun to go through JJ's record collection. So stick around for that, probably in a month or 6 weeks or something like that. But that's definitely, it's definitely coming up until it isn't. And, oh, so I want to tell you about record stores in New York City. Now, if you ever come to New York City, and certainly if you're a patron of mine, but anyway, I can turn you on to some incredible record stores. And to me, what an incredible record store is one that you go into and everywhere you look, you're excited by the records. Not just because they're the familiar ones, because they're the ones that you didn't know existed, and you're hearing them and seeing them, and sometimes they'll play them for you. And there is this incredible record store in the city called the Mixtape Club. It's an odd name because, though they do sell tapes, they mostly sell records, LPs. And every time I go there, I'm like, my mind is blown by their selection. You don't go there to buy Sgt. Pepper. You go there to be turned on to new things. And the other one that has all kinds of music, well, rock, jazz, that sort of thing, is Academy Records on 12th Street in the East Village. There's 3 Academy Record stores, but the one in the East Village is by far my favorite. Their prices are amazingly low for the 21st century, and the records are generally in really good condition. And as an extra bonus, they recently put in a new turntable because their old listening turntable for customers was really beat. So they have a new turntable, new cartridge, and things you can actually understand what you're hearing. That's really fantastic. And the last one I want to mention is Stranded Records on 5th Street in the Village. Great store, same kind of deal. Every time you go there, you find new stuff. And the guy that's usually there when I'm there, Daniel, he's one of these encyclopedia. Ask him any question about any record ever made. He's going to have an answer because he's heard a lot of music. And he's just very entertaining. And oh, here's the thing. I was going to mention this in a video, but I'll mention it now. Last time I was there, he was playing a record called Music from Little Brown, and the cover is a parody of the band's record, Music from Big Pink. But Music from Little Brown is it's a relatively rare record. He was playing it, but it was kind of a trashy record, or I would have bought it. But anyway, they have this amazing, it's kind of funky, reggae, R&B, and they do it. This incredible cover of Paint It Black and Light My Fire and Louie Louie, and I want this record, but I look around on Discogs, it's too expensive for me. And a lot of the record isn't that great. That's part of the reason I'm not rushing out to buy it. But anyway, you can stream it, Music from Little Brown. And yeah, I forget the name of the band. Anyway, just search Music for Little Brown. You see the cover that's a parody. Africa, hey, thank you. The name of the band is Africa. So anyway, that is definitely something I discovered in a record store that unfortunately I can't buy or I don't have yet, but I probably will find it eventually.
Are you willing to answer another question?
Well, you can ask. Let's see what happens. Another question.
Okay. Would you recommend Orifon or Nagaoka?
Nagaoka.
Nagaoka for moving magnet cartridges.
I'm currently on a Nagaoka kick, and in this video that's going to post on Monday, I review actually the top of the line Nagaoka, the MP700. But I've heard in Friend Systems the much less expensive ones, and they really are something special. They're closer to the sound. Well, their operating principle is called moving permalloy, which is kind of like moving iron, like a Grado cartridge. So there's something interesting, really interesting about that sound that I go into in the review on Monday. The other, of course, you should also consider Grado cartridges, especially for affordable. The plastic-bodied ones are, just incredible for not a lot of money. Made in Brooklyn, by the way, and they start at $100. Get another plug-in for Brooklyn, because someone might forget I'm here.
Another question. Have you reviewed the Martin Logan XT F100s or 200s?
No. No, I have never. If I've reviewed a Martin Logan, it was so long ago I forgot. So no, I have no opinions.
Right. Receivers, Outlaw versus Cambridge 100 watts.
Okay, well here's something I can actually answer. So the Outlaw receiver, I assume you mean I think the 2160 or something. That is a fantastic receiver. It's a long time ago, but you know what? It made such a strong impression on me that I still think it's a phenomenal sounding receiver. It's a very Steve receiver. It's not filled with useless crap, in terms of features. And I like it a lot. But Cambridge is good, but not as much fun as that. So there you go. I'm glad I could actually answer a question like that. Yeah. But I'm worried because most of the things you're going to ask are stuff I have no opinions about. But you could try. What else we got?
All right. This is too complicated.
Okay. If there are going to be questions, they should be very short questions.
Yeah. How much input do I, Mrs. Audiophiliac, have on speaker's wife approval factor? Oh, zilch.
Zilch. You mean you're questioning like the speakers that are going through this apartment? No, because the thing about Robin and these speakers is that when I met Robin, I had big speakers. I had Snell Type A's. So she really knew what she was getting into with me. It's not like I didn't have a nice hi-fi or something.
I still miss them.
She still misses the Snell A's. They're gone but not forgotten by Robin or me. These are great speakers. And Peter Snell, the designer, I knew him pretty well, and I got to say, he was a fantastic human to hang out with and an incredible speaker designer. And he is really missed because there really isn't anybody that does what he did. And I'll probably do a video about why I think he's so great. Yeah, I'll talk about memorable designers that I've had some experience with.
Let's see, another question. B&W 606 S3 or Klipsch RP 600 M2?
If you're asking my opinion, as they say, B&W or Klipsch RP 600M Mark II, well, that's hands down the Klipsch, because I like horn speakers. They're not for everybody, but I think those speakers, those speakers, the RP 600M, the original and the Mark II, they really changed my life. I love those speakers. I wasn't expecting to be blown away, but they were amazing speakers because as you put better and better electronics and sources in front of it, it just gets better and better and better. And that's not true for a lot of speakers in that price range. I'm looking at them right now, by the way, because they're still here. They're still one of my affordable references.
A question about what are your favorite late night listening speakers?
Late night listening speakers, well, the most sensitive ones. High sensitivity is what you need for late night listening, where you don't feel like you need to play it a little bit louder to feel it. Now, when I had the Klipsch Cornwall 4s, which I had here for 3 years, I could play those super quiet at night, and Mrs. Audiophiliac was right over there sleeping, and it never disturbed her because it was just very satisfying. So the highest sensitivity speaker you can get, a Klipsch would definitely be recommended, or other high sensitivity speakers is the straightest way to get to your requests.
This is a funny comment. I used to lust for 7-foot beverages. Thank you for killing that dream. I'm free!
Yes, someone was lusting for 7-foot-tall beverage speakers, and now they're free. Well, good for you. And I had a very traumatic experience with beverage speakers. It was the most expensive mistake I ever made as an audiophile, was buying beverage. It was called the Model 5. It was a cylindrical speaker. And I bought them. I didn't review them. I bought them, and within a month, I hated them, and I couldn't wait to get rid of them, and it was a real struggle to unload them. So
this is an interesting, and I don't think that you have enough time.
Oh, well.
What is your take on the fact that as an older person, we cannot hear up to 20,000 hertz anymore, so the requirements on an audio system are not as stringent.
Wait, stop. I get the point.
Okay.
So if you're an older person, the requirements are not as stringent. I just do, as an older person, I do not accept that theory, because first of all, I want to point out something. When you were young and I was young, my hearing was, let's say, perfect. Let's say when I was 20, right? Did I walk around saying, "Oh my God, it's incredible! Everything sounds amazing"? I mean, real life. And when I listened to hi-fis, was I dazzled by high frequencies? Wow, I'm hearing 20K. No, when you're young, it's the normal, and as you're aging, hopefully very gradually, your high frequencies are going down. You don't really miss them. I mean, I'll put it to you this way: if you can hear to 8K, 8,000 hertz, which is a standard hearing test. Most hearing tests do not go to 20K. The standard hearing test goes to 8K, and I've talked to audiologists about this. If you hear to 8K and let's say you're 10 dB down at 8K, your hearing is considered normal. That is normal hearing. So even if you're way down at 10K or 15K or certainly 20K, you can still enjoy music. I mean, I do. I enjoy music more now than I did when I was young, because I understand more about music and I understand more about sound. So my ear is educated in ways it couldn't have been. And you will notice there's not too many 20 or 25-year-old audio reviewers that have any credibility. I'm sure they're out there, and I definitely want to hear about them if they exist. I don't want to offend anybody out there. But they're pretty rare. And I think one of the reasons there's so few very young reviewers is because they don't have enough experience to know what good sound actually is. Take that, old person.
All right. Question about Volti speakers?
Volti speakers, horn speakers, yes.
What do you think about that?
I reviewed a pair, the Raz. You should check out my review. No, they're really nice speakers. And Greg, who runs Volti, is a super nice guy.
Cornwall versus Forte. I assume these
Cornwall,
are
yeah,
Klipsch.
Klipsch Cornwall versus Clipsforte. If you have the space and you have the extra cash, I would recommend the Cornwall over the Forte. It's definitely the better speaker, but if you can't afford the difference and your room is on the small side, I mean, both of these speakers should be in relatively large rooms. Let's say 12 or 13 feet by 18 feet would be, I would say, the minimum. Because both of these speakers make a lot of bass, and if you have a speaker that makes a lot of bass in a room that's 9 by 10 or something, that's not optimal, to put it mildly.
Thoughts on air pulse speakers?
Air pulse speakers? No, I don't think so. I'm being kind.
Any opinions on a Boston Acoustic CR9?
My memory doesn't go that far back.
Thoughts on modern Macintosh?
Modern Macintosh? Here's the thing. It's not me. I am not a huge fan of the Macintosh sound that they make currently. Maybe ever. But certainly currently, I mean, many audiophiles love Macintosh. So, and I think I understand why they like it, but it isn't my bag to be an old hippie.
What is your opinion on reel-to-reel? Is it ever coming back?
Is reel-to-reel ever coming back? No, but it's not to say it's not out there. I mean, I did a great interview, and almost nobody watched it, with this guy. I can't remember his name, but anyway, his company is called Reel-to-Reel Haven, and he was terrific. He's really passionate about reel-to-reel, and he repairs reel-to-reel machines, and he does recordings to tape that he sells. No, it's out there. It's just not going to be a big thing, you know. So, and I have a close friend, Ben, who has a reel-to-reel, a totally reworked Studer, and it sounds incredible. It actually sounds better than his turntable, definitely. But he's got 50 tapes, maybe not even 50 tapes.
Used Hafler amps worth it?
Are used Hafler amps worth it? If they work. Maybe.
Let's see, are cassettes coming back?
Cassettes? Well, yeah, that's more coming back. You know, cassettes are coming back. And supposedly, Revox is making new reel-to-reel cassette machines. So if that actually comes to pass, that would be incredible, because there's nobody else making, you know, good quality there's nobody else making good quality cassette machines.
Thoughts about Philharmonic True Minis, please and thank you.
Philharmonic True Minis? I'm sorry, no clue.
Okay. Why Class G?
Why Class G? Stop. That's a good question. Why Class G? I don't know. I'm familiar with A, B, you know, Class D. No, those are enough classes. I wasn't good in school, so I was probably sleeping through the Class G class.
Thoughts on Rogue Magnum 3?
Rogue Magnum 3? Well, I reviewed the Kronos Dark. It's close enough. It's a great amplifier. Really, really nice. And Mark O'Brien, who owns the company, is a super nice human being. Just fantastic. I can't say enough nice things about Rogue. I never met a Rogue I didn't like. How about that?
Oh.
Robin's very excited about this question.
We have jokers here.
Jokers? Well, you know,
yeah.
you can edit them.
No, just...
Let's take serious questions, please.
Oh.
This is important. I am the freaking audiophiliac.
Right. Have you heard the CEC CD transport? Is it worth the upgrade from the Cambridge transport?
The CEC transport? This
Yeah.
is from long ago and far away. I remember loving it in the 90s. I can't say what they're like now.
All right. People may be wondering, why don't you review headphones anymore?
Why don't I review headphones anymore? That is an excellent question. I reviewed enough headphones. I reviewed headphones for 12 years as a major part of my career as a reviewer, you know, for CNET and on this channel. And then I just kind of burned out. They just sort of all seem like the same headphone, which isn't true at all. But speakers are more interesting to review than headphones. There's a limited amount of things that can happen in a headphone compared to speakers. So that's the truth. That's why I'm not doing it anymore, because I've done enough. If you're interested in my opinions about headphones, there's plenty of old reviews for you to look at.
Have you done any reviews on the BMR Speakers line?
No BMRs.
Okay. What is your opinion for Altec 604s?
Altec 604s, stop. So I just heard a pair, and I liked them when they were quiet, you know, not playing very loud, and then when they started to get louder, I liked them less and less. But that was just that pair. I can't say that they all sound like that, but that's my most recent, like a month ago experience. And I think they were, you know, updated and stuff, but whatever. They did not impress me when loud, but very nice, played quietly.
This is too complicated.
Yeah.
Have you listened to the Gustard X?
Custard? Nope, stop. Nope, no Gustards. I don't even. Is that like custard? No.
Will Miniisk ever come
Miniisk.
back?
I used to interview everybody on all my interviews in that period. I did on Miniisk. So never listened to music on it, but yeah.
Best speaker cables?
Best speaker cables, the ones you have.
I like that.
No, I like AudioQuest. I like Cardis. I like a lot of cables. but I think cables are like the last step, really. I mean, the rest of your system is really good, getting good cables. And actually, if you're going to start with cables, start with power cords. I know it doesn't make sense. The wire on the wall is not great. I get it. But for some reason, power cables, good ones, make the biggest difference. And I use almost exclusively Wire World power cables, which I paid for, by the way. They weren't free.
Thoughts on Carver?
Carver? Bob Carver, the human being? Wacky guy. I mean, now especially, if he's... Yeah, anyway, Bob Carver's a sweetheart. Very crazy person, very, a crazy genius. Really something.
Orifon or Audio-Technica?
Orifon or Audio-Technica, they're both really good.
Oh, what is your favorite shirt designed and made?
Wait. Well, by Mrs. Audiophiliac.
Right, but which one?
Which one? The very first one, which is so old now, I'm afraid to take it out of the closet. I'm going to go try to find it. Is the crayon shirt. The crayon shirt has got to be at least 35 years old. So anyway, that is my favorite because it was the very first one. And I wore it on a television show, which I think is on my Steve's other video playlist. Rami can't find it. Anyway, maybe it disintegrated. It just, all the threads just came apart and it's gone now. Wait, it's here. It's here. This is the very first Mrs. Audiophiliac shirt. Here it is. It has appeared in various videos of mine, but not lately. I was an artist at one point in my life and used crayon as my primary medium. I'm looking over here at the KEF LS50 Metas, a very divisive speaker, I know, but those are amazing speakers. I know that some people think they're bright, blah, blah, blah. I think they're amazing. And one of the most amazing things about them is that they were out for a long time. The original version, the LS50 Meta, before they made a single change or even raised the price. That is amazing. So anyway, before you're going to ask me about LS50s, excuse me, I still love LS50s.
Now, this question seems like to me seems like a blast from the past.
Uh-oh, now I'm nervous.
Is home theater equipment the way of the
Home
future over 2-channel?
Home theater beating out 2-channel? No.
Bah
humbug. No, that's just ridiculous. I wrote about home theater. I wrote for Home Theater Magazine for 12 years. And I wrote about home theater for CNET. So I was deep into that world. And as soon as I escaped, I was much happier. I got out. I got out alive.
Oh, question, where did you and me meet?
Mrs. Audiophiliac and me. Well, we were both movie theater projectionists.
We met in your projection booth.
Oh, I'm so long ago, I forgot. We met in my projection room at Cinema Village. Robin and her ex came to see a movie there. And right away, I knew then she was going to be Mrs. Audiophiliac, and this was 127 years ago.
No, 128.
Sorry.
Hello from Sweden.
Sweden, what's happening?
Thoughts on New York-based cartridge maker Soundsmith?
I like Soundsmith cartridges, and as you say, as those words are coming out of my mouth, I should review one. that could happen, definitely. But I'm definitely a fan.
Okay. Let's see.
It's being very careful. She's curating on the fly.
Volti Roz versus Clipsforte 4.
Volti Roz versus Clipsforte 4. That's tight. That's a tight contest. Certainly I never compared them directly. I've heard both of them in depth here. I don't know. I think I'd go for the Forte 4. I feel like I'm on a game show. Is that the correct answer? Flip over all the cards.
Do you ever review Hegel?
I reviewed one Hegel integrated amplifier. So if you Google Audiophiliac and Hegel, you'll see it. And when you see it, you will know everything I ever thought about that amplifier, which I have now forgotten.
Do you ever have analysis paralysis when deciding what to listen to?
Analysis paralysis?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Do you just stick to the same top 20, I assume, records?
Oh, what
or
music
CD?
to play?
Yeah.
Oh, no, as you might have noticed, I refer to all different kinds of music all the time. There's lots of music that I listen to a lot in many reviews, but I don't want to talk about it because it would be boring. A lot of recordings that I was part of when I worked for Chesky Records, because I really, really know what those records sound like. But I don't want to talk about that all the time because it's boring. I talk about them enough. And my very close personal friend, Todd Garfinkel, who owns an amazing record company called MA Recordings. And I've made two, count them two, free samplers that I believe are still on the marecordings.com website. So I urge you, if you're into the whole download thing, to get those.
I don't know if you want to do this.
Thanks. Well, if you're not sure, let's just move on.
All right. Your favorite jazz venue in New York?
My favorite jazz venue in New York is, well, the Blue Note. I've definitely been to the Blue Note more than any other. So anyway, I think I'm losing my voice. So this could be the end of this live stream.
Question: Could you compare the Warfdale Super Lintons to the Zoo DW6?
I could compare the Warfdale Lintons to the Zoo. No, I couldn't. I mean, the thing is, those are really different sounding speakers. If you like one, you wouldn't like the other, because the Zoo is all about dynamics and life and energy, and the Linton is more about tonal. It's a sweeter, more beautiful sounding speaker, but a less exciting sounding speaker. Makes more bass, more fullness, more richness, and the Zoo is all about wham, bam, wow kind of sound. Pick your poison.
Greetings from Mexico.
Mexico.
And what do you think of the Orifon SPU pickups?
Oh, I have the SPU #1, the original version. Well, it's not an old one, it's a recent one. I think it's phenomenal, actually. I love listening to that cartridge. I mean, I have a lot of cartridges now, and I can easily swap them in and out. And I was listening to the SPU #1 recently for this review that's going to post on Monday, and it's like a comfortable pair of jeans. You know, it just feels right. It's not about resolution. It's not about wham bam dynamics. It doesn't do those things. But in terms of just feeling good, especially with acoustic music, it's fantastic. What do you think? Are we good?
Well,
Does anybody has the most urgent possible question?
When's Herb gonna be on?
Herb is going to come back. No doubt, Herb will reappear. But you know the thing about the Steve orbit and the Herb orbit, they are frequently, even though we both live in Brooklyn, we are in different orbits. So he's going to make another appearance, there's no doubt. It's just a matter of aligning the orbits. Definitely.
All right, this might be a good final.
Oh, we got a good.
Okay, how do you know if you reach the best sound possible from your system?
Wow.
That's like a heavy.
Yeah, that's heavy, man. How do you know when you achieve the best possible sound from your system? When you stop wanting to change your system. That's an easy and very obvious answer. When you're just listening to one recording after another, whether it's a stream or a CD or an LP or something, and you just are totally digging it, and you're not thinking the what if question. What if I changed this? What if I did that? And if that little thing gets in your head, the what if I should, do the free thing, move the speakers. I guarantee you, when you move the speakers, you'll have a new sound. Make sure you mark the old position because it might be better. But when you will have achieved, what is it, nirvana? that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, you will have achieved nirvana when you don't feel like you need to change anything. And that's a rare thing in this hobby. And it's not, unique to this thing that we do, because people like to say that audiophiles, this is a neurotic thing. I got to get this, I got to get the new thing. Well, my friends that own, they're photographers. They're always buying cameras. They're always buying lenses. They already have a lot of cameras. Why do they buy another one? It's cars. People buy cars, and then buy another one. It's not unique to audio that we want to get the next new thing or the next better thing or something, or the thing that everybody's talking about. That's just part of being human. But the main thing about being an audiophile is having fun, that it shouldn't be work, it shouldn't make you too crazy, and you explore. This is my words of wisdom to finish off this episode. My best advice to any audiophile is explore, expand your musical horizons, because that's the stuff, that's the fuel that keeps this thing going. So if you've never been into opera, Robin loves opera, explore opera. It's easier than ever to just, on a stream or something. Opera or classical music or country and western, or yes, even rap or hip hop. I mean, try it, and see what happens. Just don't immediately reject it, because give it some time. If there's something out there that your friends are into that you're not into, try it. Maybe, you might learn to love it. You might become like, wow, how did I miss this all these years? That's the best thing that can happen in this life of being an audiophile, is getting more and more out of music. And with that, I can say, yes, my work here is at last complete. And every time we do a live stream, we never know how to finish the live stream, so it could go on forever. But I think there's a little X over there, right? Isn't there? Rob's going to help me.
Oh,
right?
yes, there is an X.
There's an X. X marks the spot.
All right, and I do apologize for not asking Steve all of your questions. Can't get to everything.
Come back next August 14th,
Yeah,
2026.
thank you all so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
Thank
you guys,
you.
man. Thank you so much. That's the reason why I do this thing. Otherwise, I'd be talking to myself.